Mrs. Mabel Onwuemele. They call me the love doctor because I do a lot of talk surrounding bringing people together. You know, I don't call it matchmaking because what I actually do is I give you a platform to meet with your life partner. So I don't give you husband or I don't give you wife, but I give you opportunity to see possibly if it can work out with one person. So that is what gave me the love doctor, and I think I'm doing justice to that name. I'm a public speaker and writer. I'm a certified sex therapist. Don't ask me what sex therapist means. By the name, you know. So I attend to a lot of issues or matters pertaining to the heart, and I do a lot of trainings, either for public speaking, for couples, intending couples, for couples who are already in marriage and having challenges, for young individuals who have not discovered purpose and they want to know why they are born. So I do that through my trainings. I'm equally a child and women advocate. I'm the executive director of Women of Purpose Development Foundation. I'm sure you must have read about me. I don't expect you to attend an event without kind of going online to, you know, like this young man told me that, oh, I registered because I saw that we attended the same school. You know, I was excited because we are millennials, and millennials, they want to know. So I expect that you want to attend an event, you should know one or two things about the anchor of that event. So this is basically, in summary, what I do. And today, I'm going to be your anchor. Thank you very much for coming around. I'm privileged to be talking to prestigious men and women here seated. I just updated this book, Sex and You Reloaded. That's the way we put it. So this book will be available next month, as in the reloaded, because it's now updated. I did a lot of justice. I really did a lot of justice on sex issues and issues that a lot of ladies, men are having in their relationship. Issues on premature ejaculation, communication in marriage, the love languages, the different temperament. How many of you know that your temperament affects your sex life? Yeah. How many of you know before now that your temperament affects your sex life? So I demystified these things that tend to affect a lot of homes in this Sex and You Reloaded. But for now, it will be available online by the end of the month. But this is also loaded. So I brought about just 20 copies. So it's just 1,000 naira. So before you leave, I expect that you take a copy, especially those that are, all of you are mature. So those that are really mature, I need to know this thing before they get into marriage. A lot of persons are having issues in there. I tell people, sex may not be able to sustain your marriage, but your marriage cannot survive without it. So that is the mistake a lot of ladies make. Maybe they feel that sex is just for having children. No, marriage is not just for children. For me, I was having a discussion with someone. Companionship first before the children begin to come in. So I implore everyone to have a copy of this book. Prepare yourself before the time. And for those who are already in marriage, in the marriage relationship, I expect everyone to also have a copy of this book. Most men do not know that when you are 40 and above, erectile dysfunction, I'm just diverting for what I want to say, but let me say it now before I forget. Most men do not know that, most women do not know that when a man is above 40, once in a while he experiences erectile dysfunction. And because the woman do not know how to manage the man in terms of the food has a lot to do with the chemistry, the genitals, the food. The woman does not know how to manage the man's temperament, or the woman doesn't know how to manage the situation. Before you know, family members begin to know that Oga Chairman is no longer working on, begin to pay. It's a temporary thing that happens to every man. But if you are not in the know, you see, problems begin to arise from there. And most women too does not know that when a man is above 40, there are certain food that he shouldn't be constantly, be eating as a man. So you need to give him more fruits, more vegetables to be able to keep up with his sexual prowess. So these are many others. You see a lot. I've never seen a man dying on top of his wife, but you hear that a man dies on top of one side chick because you keep hearing harder, then the man harder to his grave. you know. So if you don't get these things, you may not be like aphrodisiacs everywhere, sex enhancers everywhere, because they do not know the natural things they need to do to sustain the man's hardness of the penis. I'm going to be very raw, please. Am I free? Yeah. The hardness of the penis. So when the woman does not know how to do this, that's when we begin to experience a lot of pressure in marriage. But equipping yourself as a lady, it will help you know what and what not to feed your husband with. And as a man too, it will also help you to know how to control yourself, so that when that time comes, you'll be able to manage it well. And like I said in the book, communication is very, very important. You don't wait till your woman finds out that you are going through some emotional issues that will affect your sickness. Diabetes can trigger it too. So that's not why we are here. Maybe in the course of the program, I will touch all that, because we have a married man here. Even those that are not married, you are old enough to be married. So you need to know these things to avoid stories that touch. So you're once again welcome to this meeting. And the theme of the meeting, who can tell me the theme? Intentionalness. No, that's not the theme. Sorry, this is a class. So when you leave here, you should be. You are doing expo now. You are doing expo now. It's not. That's not the theme. Why the theme is? Yes, the theme is. I'm the right girl. Why do I attract the wrong partner, guys? Or I'm the right guy. Why do I attract the wrong girls? Now, a lot of persons, a lot of individuals make this mistake, especially girls. Let me start with the young ladies. In our time, I'm sure the same thing obtained in your time. Yeah. We don't date. I'm not sure you dated your wife. How long have you been married? 22 years. I'm not sure you dated your wife. I'm sure either you met her in school or you liked her. You told her that day, I like you, I want to marry you. The next thing to the parents, I want to marry your daughter. The next thing to say, they ask the girl, are you ready? The girl says yes or no. Once the girl says yes, the man gets, they now, they say yes first before the courtship. Yeah. Do you know? So they don't know anything about their character, their nothing. So it's within the confines of the courtship or knowing yourself as young persons that you now say, okay, I think we are good to go. So most of them, I think in those times, I'm not even sure there's anything like courtship. I'm not sure there's anything like courtship. They just, whatever we see inside. They say marriage is like a box. No, it's like a box that you don't check it. It's a sealed box. So whatever you open is your portion. It's your portion. So people then does not date. The times are different. Millennials now, they are even sleeping together before they even say, yes, I will marry you. True or true? Sure. So, I don't know, before I go ahead, I want to know, am I talking to born again Christians, or I'm talking to Muslim, I'm talking to Caesar? Are you a Muslim, sir, or a Christian? You are a Christian. Are you a Muslim or Christian? You are a Christian. Please mention to me Christian. So I'm talking to Christians. So I can align it to the Word of God. I can align what I'm saying to the Word of God. Okay, good. Now, in those days, in those times, you see, marriages last more than what we are seeing now, because the foundation is strong. I'm not sure it's sex we see. It's not, my husband didn't sleep with me before he married me. I love you. The very first day he saw me, I like you, I want to marry. Before you know, it's in my father's house. I like your daughter. I want to. And I said, okay, I'm in school. I don't want to get married. Okay, let's see what, became very good friends. We were very good friends for about 2 years. Before a year and 7 months, I told him, okay, I'll marry you. Before you know, we were married. This is 20 years after. You get it? He didn't sleep with me. I was in the university. So it wasn't about science or what was obtainable. No, I made a decision. This is what I wanted for my life. So being the right girl or being the right boy is about you. You know who you are. You know your values. You know your self-worth. You know your self-esteem. You know what you can carry. You know what you cannot carry. Now you are right. Why are you attracting the wrong guys? I applied 3 things here. So when I say guys, just know that I'm talking to men and women. Do you know that a lot of individuals, a lot of friends, a lot of men and women single in our 21st century do not have self-esteem? Self-esteem is one major reason most girls are being abused. If you need to write, please, you can write. Most girls are being abused. Most girls or most young, because young men are being marginalized equally. It's not just about the girls. Now, when you do not have self-esteem, when you do not know who you are, then another person can define who you are for you. They say when something is not defined, or when the relationship is not defined, abuse is inevitable.
When purpose is not defined.
Sure. So a lot of men and women out there, they are ready to just take anything. I have counseled a young lady who came to tell me why she's in a relationship with a guy that slaps her, that beats her. Why? She said, after all, not everybody is meant to have a good life. That was the only man that came around, so I can take all the slap. Do you still believe that there are people who think that way in this 21st century?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I have met them, I've counseled a lot of them, but today they are better persons. And do you also know there are a lot of damaged individuals out there? So damaged that when people come into their lives, they rub off the damagedness, if there's any word like that. The damagedness rubs off on the individual that they come in contact with. There are people that come into your life changes automatically, either for good or for evil. So but when you do not have self-respect, who can define what self-respect is for me? At least I'm talking to graduates. Everybody here is a graduate. Who can define what self-esteem is? I have something here to read out to us. So who can? You said?
Self-discipline.
You said?
Self-discipline.
Self-discipline.
Strong self-values.
Strong self-values. Okay.
Strong perspective about yourself.
Perspective. Okay, I have that here. Mm-hmm.
The way you think about your own self, not allowing people to tell you who you are.
Good. Please, everybody should talk before I read this out.
Defining yourself.
How you present yourself.
How you present yourself, Sarah.
The way you carry yourself.
The way you carry yourself. Everybody's correct.
Being confident about yourself.
Being confident and have confidence.
Not allow people to
intrude to draw the line, where to the boundaries. Boundaries. Okay, let me read what I have here. Is confidence in one's own self-worth or abilities, self-respect, assertiveness training for those with low self-esteem. Now, what is being assertive? Sorry, I told you it's going to be an interactive class. What's being assertive in a single word? What's being assertive?
Decisive.
Decisive. What's another word?
Say precise, not decide.
Okay,
Precise.
precise. What's another word? Being assertive. When you say someone is assertive,
For sure.
precise, shorty,
Accurate.
shorty.
Accurate.
Accurate might not be it. Shorty. So when she says, I'm not going to bed with you before marriage, that's a yes for you as an individual. But you're so damaged that you are so insecure, you are so low in self-esteem that when you look at a lady, all you see is sex. And she says no. So that makes her a lady of no value to you. Hello, are you getting what I'm trying to say? A lot of men have had good ladies let them out of their lives just because of insecurity and a great amount of low self-esteem. So you might be the right girl, but you attract the wrong guy because you see yourself as small. There's no self-confidence. The way you carry yourself, everything about you, you can just take a lady, a guy comes around you and slaps your butt. Bam. That is low self-esteem as far as I'm concerned. Because every relationship is supposed to have boundary. Every relationship is supposed to have structure. I'll be talking about these things I'm talking about. Every relationship is supposed to have boundary. Every relationship is supposed to have structure. But when these things are lacking, then whatever you see is what you get. So that is the number one reason. And it has cost a lot of individuals their relationship. Credible people that are supposed to end up as good husbands or good wives have slipped out of your way because of low self-esteem. Low self-esteem makes a young girl go to a young boy to say, I like you and I want us to have a relationship together. Come on, am I talking to someone? According to my perspective, and even according to the perspective of the Holy Bible and God, a man does not truly respect or appreciate what he did not struggle or labor for to get. That is why you see a young man in the football pitch. He's happy that he still won. He's kissing the trophy. You know, I don't like football, but that is the part that I love about football, the glory side of football. He's so happy. He kisses. Sometimes they kiss themselves. Yes. Have you watched? You see a man kiss the forehead of the other man. They are happy. Yes. Some of them remove their clothes. They are ecstatic. They have worked for it. So a man has a conquest spirit. Is in a man. Whether you are a Christian or a Muslim. That is why I asked if you're a Christian, because I'm going to be making some illustration. If you know someone as a sex therapist, the Bible is where I draw most of my inspiration from. If you read the book of Sons of Solomon from beginning to the end, you realize that the Shunammite woman, when she was looking for her lover, she went looking for her lover. The Bible says she was found at the dark side. And where is the dark side? It's the wrong side of jurisdiction that a young girl should be. And what happened to her? Her veil was torn. She was raped. She was abused. She was stained. Her veil was removed. Her adorned garment was torn. Her veil, the veil, you know, then women wear veil. Her veil was torn and stained. That was because she went out of her. Am I getting a part of you right now? She went out of her jurisdiction. She went to ask a man, hey, will you marry me? Like we are seeing on social media. I don't have anything against them. It is their perspective to life. But what happened when she was tending to her garden? When she returned, she began to tend to her garden. That was when her lover found her. That was when her lover found her. And when her lover found her, if you read the Songs of Solomon, you will see the way her lover described her. That is how a man should describe the woman he loves. Hello? That is how a man should describe the love he has for his woman and describe the woman he loves. So that takes me to the next point. You are being abused or you are attracting the wrong guys or wrong ladies because you are not doing something meaningful with your life. Get busy. Get busy. Get busy. When a man wants something, he wants to acquire. He wants to acquire. That's the mentality. We have different kinds of men. But I'm talking about that man that has the mentality of, my wife is a lawyer. Meet my wife. My wife is, her name is this, and she's a lawyer. He's not interested if this woman is fair or dark. That's acquiring. Hey, what's her name?
Godson.
What's her name?
Godson.
Godson or Austin. Godson. That's imagination or that mentality of, hey, my wife is a lawyer. That is what occupies his mind for ego. Because the natural man, let me just say, the African man is an egocentric man. Whether he's a pastor or he's an imam, a man is egocentric. Whatever happens to him after giving his life to Christ is his business with the Holy Spirit. Hello. So get busy. Because no man wants to marry a liability. And I'm not sure there's any woman out there that wants to be a liability to any man. For you to sustain a marriage or a relationship, you have to have mentality of working. You must keep working on it. Because it's a whole lot. A lot of people think marriage is what's this? Is Ludo. You know that game of Ludo? Marriage is not Ludo. And a lot of people, persons, I'm talking about perspectives, perspectives that I've talked to. Some persons think, okay, marriage, okay, I haven't slept with her. So marriage gives me opportunity of sliding in and sliding out. That is not what marriage is all about. If you get into marriage for the wrong reason, you will get out of marriage for the wrong reasons. So most young ladies, most young men do not know this. And due to this kind of misconception about marriage, about sex, about work, a lot of priorities are misplaced. Now when the guy begins to treat you wrongly or the young lady begins to treat you wrongly, you begin to cry, or where did I get it wrong, or where did I get it wrong? But not knowing that you gave this man or you gave this lady the wrong signal. When you get in the wrong way, there's possibility for abuse. Like what happened to the Shunammite woman. There's possibility for being marginalized. There's possibility for being raped. But when it is done rightly, there's something about love. There's something about love which I've come to realize. True love does not truly die. I realize that. True love does not die. True love does not die. Before everyone came on board, I was saying something about a young lady. What was it? I was saying something about a young lady that the boyfriend was beating.
Yeah.
Were you here? What did I say? What did I say about her?
The boyfriend was beaten and
He didn't know how to truly love the woman. So if you're damaged, probably your mother or your father had abusive relationship, either your father was abusing your mom or your mom was abusing your dad, you need to get help, because it can affect your own relationship or your own marriage. Not just a marriage, it could affect relationship with one another. So by the time we had a one-on-one discussion, I realized that this guy really loves this young lady, but the man was damaged, so he needed help to get off those emotional torture he had when with his dad abusing his mom. So that was where that issue was coming from. They are happily married now, and I have a lot of them that I've worked with like that. So if you're damaged, you need to get help. If you're damaged, if you're abused or you've been raped before, there's no how you can truly open up to a young woman or a man who has been damaged, who has been abused. There's no how he will be able to open up, to have a solid relationship with a woman. So you need to deal with that foundation. You need to deal with that before you can truly enjoy your relationship. William is giving us 1,000. So, in a recap, I want you to tell me what I have just said so that we can move on from there. Fraser.
Okay.
I told you everything I said today, we are taking it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're having a close-knit meeting, and every individual that had misconception about why don't I last in a relationship, why am I even accepting what I'm getting, the nonsense I'm getting from this relationship. Why am I, a man does not want me to be more. A man is scared of who I am. He does not, he sees me, he's insecure. So when a guy, I cannot talk to a guy, I've counseled a lot of persons like that. A young lady, you can't talk to any other guy on phone as long as that young man is there. That is a sign that the guy has a problem. So he needs to work on it. That is if you love him. But if you don't, if you're still, in fact, the first sign to know that you're in the wrong relationship is if you feel scared, you feel insecure in that relationship. Hello? If you feel scared, you feel each time you see your girl, there's something there's something about you that that does not go well with your spirit. Either you want to pick up a phone, someone calls, you want to, your heart goes freeze when you see her coming. There's a problem. An insecure person cannot have a meaningful relationship with an insecure. Maybe a young boy having an insecure, who is insecure, cannot have a good relationship with a young girl that is equally insecure. Even when one person is insecure, there's a problem. So you need to know when you are scared, then you are not in a good relationship. When you are not free to discuss your fears, your future, or a guy, you are talking to a guy, all he keeps saying is working everything around you. As in, for example, you are a communicator, and he's telling you, okay, I'm going to open office for you. We're going to open office for you. So what we'll do, we'll get we'll open a bank, while I will be the signatory to the account. He's building everything around you. He's not talking about his own dream of bringing in money into the home. What's this? Wrong. Or a young woman, whatever he's talking, he's always talking self. She does not bring you into the picture. Okay, when we do this, he's always self, because it's not in the place of a woman to provide for the family. If a woman begins to provide for you in your relationship, you will wear her out and you begin to lose respect. Then when you begin to tell her, don't you know I'm a man? When a man begins to tell his wife or his fiancé, don't you know I'm a man? Then there's problem. There's problem.
He has lost it.
Yes, there's problem. You don't need to remind me you're a man. Because you are not being man enough. You are not man enough. So insecurities come in different phases. A man may not have money, but he's a visionary. He tells you about, as an engineer, let me use yourself as an example. He tells you his future with his work. You might not be there now. You may not even have a car now. But you're already telling stories of how you're going to arrive in that destination of owning mansions, of owning different cars, of owning your automobile office. And the potential is there to achieve these things. And you're working hard towards achieving these things. Then that woman will be an unfortunate person to say she will not work with you to get to that destination. But if you're a charlatan, all you do is wait for her to use her money to cook for you. Ladies, are you listening to me? All you do is wait for her to use her money to buy you t-shirts, buy you shirts. All you do is for her to use her money to... I've seen young ladies taking the CV of their boyfriends, being the one to take it to the places of opportunity. The man will be sleeping at home while the young lady takes the CV to possible places he feels the man can work. Now, she has sex with the man, she cooks for the man, she gives the man all the attention that the man deserves or desires. Now, as a man, how do you feel when you see a woman doing this for you? In our present day 21st century, they will say they have met Akriboto. They've met Akriboto. A lady who does not have sense. But in the real sense, you are the stupid one. You are the idiot in the real sense. Because if she does all that to get you, are you seeing why you are attracting the wrong individuals? If you are doing that to get her attracted to you, or because you feel, okay, this person likes me, so she's doing all that for me. By the time she comes into your house, as a young man, you are in trouble. That joy that you envisage in your heart will totally disappear after marriage, because it is not in her place to provide for you. You as a man supposed to provide for her. So by the time these things are not spelled out, you are actually getting attracted to the wrong person. So when the problem begins to come in, don't ask yourself, why am I always attracting the wrong people? You are getting attracted to the wrong people because you see all the red flags, some girls, some ladies, all these things we are talking about, they see all the red flags, they see go headlong into the relationship. Why? My friend is getting married. Do not get married for the wrong reason. If I ask you now, why are you in that relationship? Why are you in that relationship? If you can't answer me, then you don't have a relationship. Why are you in that relationship? A relationship where you're being abused, where you're being reduced to nothing, and you see it as it's a norm. It is not a norm. We can all have good lives. Hello? We can all have good lives. God said you can have it all. Yes. You can have it all. You can be happy. Forget about women killing their husbands and husbands killing their wives. You can truly be happy. You can truly be happy. There is nothing in this world that cannot be achieved. You are the only one stopping you. You are the only one responsible for where you are right now. There is an ultimate goal for everybody, at least as children of God. That is what God demands of us as individuals. there is a man for you. There is a man assigned for your kind of woman. So why align with another destiny which you are not supposed to? At the end of the day, you see rancor, you see disappointment, you see a lot of havoc being done. For those who are married here, there is something that attracted you to your woman. There is something, one particular thing that attracted you to your woman. Do you still see it? Do you still see that particular thing that attracted you to your woman? I was telling someone, I said 99% of the problem we have in relationships, the African mentality says it is the woman that is the curse, but I say it's the man. Do you know, sir, that what you get from your wife is exactly what you give to her? Your wife is a product of what you garbage into her. It's a reflection. It's a reflection of what you have. Listen, it's time to talk. When it's time to talk, you can talk to me. It's a reflection. You are who you marry. Hello? You are who you marry. It's a reflection of what? The things you have garbage in and out of your wife. A true husband loves the wife. This man that died, this late Miles Moreau? He says something. He said, a woman is like an incubator. Whatever you give to the woman, she gives you double. You give her a house, she gives you a home. You give her groceries, she gives you food. You give her sperm, she gives you baby. So when you give her love, you give her coolness, she will give you coolness and love. But when you show her that you have papa and you are difficult, they will show you the meaning of hellfire. That is how a woman is made of. That is how a woman is made of. Your wife is a reflection of you. You are a reflection of your wife. If I see a happy man who is sexually satisfied, I know. When I look into your eyes, I know. If you want me to tell you now, I can tell you. But leave that one. And you see a woman who is sexually satisfied, how she glows. You see a woman who is sexually satisfied, a woman who is happy and being treated well by her husband, she glows. She's energetic. She's beautiful. And when you look at me, you see that woman. Yes. Yes. A woman who is truly wifed. A woman who is truly wifed. So it is what you give to your woman that she gives back to you. Do you know there are men we have in this town, because their wife is working, they don't give their wives money? That's wrong. I'm giving you tips on how to spice up your marriage and make your marriage feel like... Most of you here know me. When you see us, do you think we're married for 20 years? Because the way we dress, it reflects in the way we still wear jeans, we still wear sneakers, we still wear face cap. When last, I'm not telling you to answer me. When last did you take your wife out last? Don't answer me. I don't need an answer. Don't answer. Or when last did you take your fiancé or your friend? Okay, there's a friend. Okay, at least my body, you know, dude. You just take this person out. When last? When last? There is a way you touch a woman. I'm not talking about sexual touch. I'm talking about 13 different touches you give to a woman daily. It is expected of a man to give to a woman. Non-sexual touches. You have to read this book. Non-sexual touches. Perhaps that is why ladies are not, staying, or men are not staying. 13 different touches a woman requires or desires from her man daily. Bring your hand. Perhaps you are let's say for example you are my wife and we are in the sitting room watching TV, and all of a sudden I stopped watching the TV and I looked into your eyes and I said, Jenny, I won't call you Jeanette. I said, Jenny, or sweetheart, You're the best thing that ever happened to me. In my next life, how would you feel? You feel on top of the world. Or you are in church. Your husband, touches you and whispers something in your ears. Your beautiful baby. Without you, my life isn't complete. A lot of you have asked me, what's your husband always telling you? What's your husband always telling every time in church? It makes a woman glow. It makes her glow. Or there's something that happened to me one time. I was coming down, we both went out, and I was coming down from the car. And my husband just said, someone gave me something to give you. So someone gave me, I was expecting, it's a letter. He said it's a letter, someone gave me something to give me. So I came down first, perhaps for him to do whatever he wants to do. He has written whatever he wrote in the paper, but he was trying to put it something else. So I got there and I said, come back to the car and collect the letter. Someone gave me something to give you. And I brought out the envelope and I opened the letter. It was just a love note. I just said, no, let me not tell you, it's a secret, just leave it out. After I read the letter, and he put some good amount of money. Ladies, we enjoy, it's money we want, not flour. Not flour. And give to us. So it's not just the paper I saw money. The money was, new. And that kind of money, you don't spend it. Our money is bitter, but our man's money is very sweet. Our money can be in the account, but our man's money, it's so good to spend. So when I saw that, I read the note. Tears just began to, flow. And that night you can imagine what happened. What I used to like. You can imagine. You get it. Just imagine anyhow you imagine. Anyhow you imagine. It made me. This is after many years of marriage. After many years. After we're even done with our children, and he's still treating me like we're cutting. Tell me, why won't I make this man's life beautiful? Why won't I go out of my way to make sure this man is truly happy? Sometimes, unfortunately your wife is not here. I don't know why you didn't register for her. Sometimes, I go out of my way. My husband is sleeping on the bed. I began to give him leg massage. Leg massage helps a man to unwind. Under the foot, under your foot, women read about these things. So when you get married, you know how to make your man happy and healthy. Under the foot of your husband, any foot, whether yours or his, there are positions. Just Google it. You see, there are different positions to touch different sense organs in his body. Under the foot, all the positions have different where they touch. There's a place you touch. You're touching here, you're touching the earlobe of your husband, or you're touching here. There's a place you touch. You are touching his genitals. That's on your foot. You're touching his foot. So by the time you give him those massages on the leg, one, it relaxes him. Two, it makes his blood flow very well. And when his blood is flowing very well, you can have meaningful discussion with your partner. It's not every talk you do in the sitting room. There are talk you do in the bedroom. You touch some very special places. Before you know, he begins to speak in tongues. And when he's speaking in tongues, you say what you want. It's like you need to know this thing. That's why I told you this class, I don't want a full house. I just want 15 persons, so that we can demystify this thing that is causing rancor in our relationships. I'm not sure there is any man who is truly difficult that a woman cannot manage if you know, one, his bed code, two, his stomach code, three, his ATM code. Do you know you can get the mumu button of this man? Small things, though. They are not things that are difficult to do. Do you know there are things you can do? You get your husband ATM, all his account. You don't need to ask. African man, ask him. He said, okay, you want to kill me? You want to kill me so that you can inherit my money? But you know, I have everything. ATM, bank account, everything, I have it. hello ladies, let's do another meeting and, you know, so I can teach you some things. As a lady, I don't expect you to raise your voice. I said something like that here. That even my younger brother, I don't talk to him anyhow. I am not a true feminist. You can call me a feminist because I defend issues of women, but I'm a traditional woman. I believe the man is the head. I'm not dragging the headship of any man. So mind your circle. I don't want to forget this. Please, if I drift, remind me. Mind your circle. I wrote it down. I'm going to deal with it. Mind your circle. Mind your circle. So let me go ahead. Please remind me if I don't return to this. Mind your circle. Now, I don't believe that as a woman, I should talk to my husband anyhow. And because of that belief, I attracted a man who does not believe you treat a lady anyhow. Do you get it? Values must align. Hello, if values does not align, you are in the wrong relationship. Values must align. So because I do not believe that I should talk to a man anyhow, then I attracted a man who believes in his values that a woman should be treated like an egg. So in your relationship, values must align. If your man comes around you, like we are in this place, do you know I have a man that can come into this room, do like this to take excuse, and call Susan, come outside and meet me. Yes, I've dealt with such men. They have zero value for womanhood. And as a woman, you love life. You love to be pampered. You love to be treated right. You are in a relationship with this kind of man. The relationship is toxic. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. And I've also known that beyond the gene, it's not every man that is a man. We have a lot of boys in men's skin. Hello? Yeah. We have a lot of boys in men's skin. So you should know as a lady or as a man, because every man deserves to be happy. Every man deserves to be happy, and every woman deserves to be nurtured, to be pampered, to be treated right. And remember, what you do not nurture will not nourish you.